the dispersion. And the Eudora is just a good way to clean this up. Aurora Gaming, they have drafted a very standard draft, I feel like. Very safe, very strong in the metagame. Whereas SRG, this global lineup that they have, it does have a lot of potential to go with it. I'm just scared that this might be such a greedy lineup for SRG. Greedy in a way that it needs a lot to farm.
Well, some final words here from the coaches, of course. Coach Midnight, Coach Arcadia on the opposite ends here with the teams. I would definitely say it's one of those cases, man, where I am also questioning what is the meta, because with what SRG brought to the table, it's very just specific to them. And I think the play style they want to take to a game one, and I'm all for it. Again, I like that there is some of this flavor being thrown around with our current drafts, with our pickings, and I'm all for it. But let's see if that kind of uniqueness ends up working against, yes, a more standard lineup that we've seen before, especially from Aurora Gaming. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to jump into the land of dawn here. It's game one of our third place deciding match between Selangor Red Giants and Aurora Gaming. Well, let's take a quick look at the emblems.
I would say pretty standard. They're not seeing anything so different in here. Inspire and Wilderness Blessing for Stormies are pretty standard. And
wow.
Yep, nothing really out of the ordinary for both teams.
Some really good dodges there from Rosa, by the way. You know, a little sidestep here and there. Able to go ahead and poke down. Again, the Eudora has also, it's so funny how Eudora was just picked and picked and picked until she kind of slowly fell down, you know? And like you mentioned, that Eudora, whoa, there is burst on Uni.
Oh, so much damage out there.
Did he just show up there and like want to fight Tienzi, or?
I don't know. Frankly, Naisu, I lagged a little bit. You know, it was blurred from his. I didn't see the start of it at the end of it. But here they want to contest this purple buff take. That's just Pagu. And that's going to be enough for SRG. They will actually use Cram to Zona Pagu, dropping Matilda down to 50% HP. But that's a Matilda, so topping up once again is not going to be a problem.
Hey, you know what? We'll just say that happened to Uni too, you know? just leave it at that. But yeah, that's an early death you don't want to take, especially on a Fanny. Again, most of the times when the Fannies are brought up, we know that if you struggle early on or you get behind, you kind of default into this. Instead of looking for kills, it's like you're pushing the map elsewhere. Looks like he might try to make an attempt on Tienzi now.
I do want to die. Tienzi! Oh, so much damage coming from Uni! Oh. And then dodges Lunar too. Lunar could not go for any sort of exchange, and Aurora Gaming just snoozed for a little bit. They already lost one of their heroes up top. That's Tienzi down for the count. Turtle being started by SRG. Right now, Uni back in action to collect it. That's how fast the Fanny can travel around the map. 3-man stun coming out from Aurora Gaming. Not from Rosa, but SRG will be safe. They get out there.
Okay, not too bad, not too bad. You know, Uni getting revenge there. Able to go ahead and take out TNZ. That's fine. Innocent now. Oh, Innocent, you're in trouble.
Innocent is in trouble. Go away, already used, but the damage from Rosa is too much. Innocent actually keeps himself alive. The heal coming up from Victor is enough. Minoan Fury will not hit, but the secondary stun will. In comes Uni once again, but TNZ is not the best target now for SRG. And if I'm seeing this correctly, TNZ actually has a lot more EXP compared to the Fanny. I'm so sure. I'll have to look at that later. So it kind of means that TNZ is not too far away from SRG even after the death up top.
Yeah, I can't believe no one died in that fight. It was a great use of the ultimate from the Melissa there. Innocent dropping down the go away from me. Knew that they had a diversion. This is one of the things we saw in the past couple days here for Games of the Future, where the gold laners, if they're picking these kind of traditional marksmen, let's say even aside from the Melissa, right, because she's got that ultimate, but before she has the ultimate, you see so much pressure put into that lane to try to like convert a kill early on, delay them as much as possible. This is even what happened to Emon last night. But then eventually, you know, if you have a diversion to bring the team there quickly, all the better. And this is also why we saw, I believe, the Luyi banned out a couple times too, because teams just didn't want to give that to the opponent.
Yeah, it's one of those heroes that will always be a problem, like, no matter what, because you're always like looking over your shoulders, technically speaking. Here, for the side of SRG, they really have to control this Lord, this upcoming turtle, because you don't want to give a lot more mileage for Aurora Gaming. To be fair, Aurora Gaming are positioning themselves well. Look at how fast the Barretts can move with the Matilda from top now to mid now. Going to be the turtle. They saw Cram. TNZ pokes the turtle this time. Pagu scouts them out. It's a slow take. In comes the Melissa into the fray. Want to go for Cram this time, committing some of their spells and abilities, but not much commitment. Muddles the fend of Aurora for a little bit. They go, the patience coming up from Aurora. They do get the retribution, but the kill coming up from the Melissa. Oh, the circling eagle is not that on point, as Yumis is very tanky. Two tanky dudes protecting this Melissa, allowing for Melissa to get a kill in exchange for the turtle.
Okay, TNZ is going to get out of there. That was a turtle that they had to fight for. Just couldn't find the opening. And yeah, I would say, you know, this is kind of the case. Whoa, hold on.
Hold on,
Rosa?
they still want to go for more. Rosa will be able to get out. Pagu is just so good with the Matilda, man.
That's what Matilda does. You think a fight is about to break out, and it's just, you know, it's a feint. It's not actually going to happen just because they can just disengage, guiding wind on out. Nice stun there, but this is Cram on the Uranus. He'll tank that up. Oh,
they do go for the play up top. Uni's down. Just like that. Very simple for SRG to be able, for Aurora Gaming to be able to take out the Fanny. And it seems like, yeah, Lunar is enough, and they get more as Yumis is taken out. They're not respecting the damage of Aurora Gaming.
Hey, man, every single time I see a Brody tear apart some memories, you gotta walk away from it, you know? Like, it's the cool way to do it. Stormy's gonna be in trouble. Oh, circling eagle.
Circling eagle, they go in. It's gonna be enough for now, but that is just for them to shoo away the members of SRG as they were taking the objective anyways. Great take coming out from Aurora Gaming. Will be able to push into the bottom lane. And in the middle, they put their they place their influence once again in here.
Cool.
Oh, look at this! They're just farming up top. The Brody with the Matilda again. Oh my goodness! There's so much that Paga is doing.
You can just rotate as quickly as you need to. I mean, I guess in a way for SRG, at least you're on flying clouds. A lot of these deaths early on, you know, you'll be back up, you just join the fight, but I think they're getting to this point where they're falling behind. Daytona's welcome.
Daytona's welcome for the entry, but the counter from Cam from the backline, snow stuns, Yumes is out. And the problem they have with this Uranus is that although it's very tanky, it doesn't really threaten for any stun, so there's no stoppage from SRG. They still want to take this turtle fight. Torn apart. In comes Uni, and wants to take out Pagu, but Pagu, that's not a good target. It's the Matilda. In fact, Aurora Gaming are returning in kind. They do take the turtle and they actually fend off Uni. The Aurora Gaming siege top position is now online. 5-man unit in the middle. Hirara with a dodge. And they will also escape the Minoan Fury. And there's a 4-man stun coming out from Sigibu. More electrifying damage coming out from both this Eudora as well as this Brody. The double electric composition coming out from Aurora Gaming. It's too much to handle.
Is that what Brody has? Does he have electricity in those marks?
I think so.
You know, he's got the, I don't know what it is, arcane energy or whatever it is, but it definitely hurts. And that's a kill that's easy to get for them. Off the stun, the lightning ball stun.
Oh, Lunar man. Again. They do have the damage. Flicker committed. That's going to be enough. Lunar bid his time down the bottom lane. Understood where the Fanny could be. Game sense as well as game IQ from Lunar is top of the line for sure.
That's why I said, man, you can't give Lunar the Barretts. Oh, he's going to take some damage here, though, but he's got enough shields and he can just guiding wind out of this, but I think it's a bait. They're going to force the flicker anyway. There's a heal from Yumes, but look at this. Lunar just knows. He's so safe to be able to just say, I can play at less than half health. I can just fly. Like, I can evolve whatever this dinosaur is, I can then get wings because I have a Matilda in the hands of Pagu.
I just like how Aurora Gaming are so good with it. Most especially the way they're utilizing the Matilda. It allows for the Barretts to get into the fight, the Brody to get into the farm. And whenever they press the attack, you know that they can be aggressive because there will be the Matilda to heal them up anyways. So they're always incentivized to make an aggressive play against SRG. And not only are they doing that, they're also making the right moves. They're reading the map like crazy. And now Uni wants to poke TNZ. Look at that. All the damage that Uni was able to deal, it's the Matilda with just one skill too. And they're topped up.
Okay. Topped up. Lord is up. Aurora Gaming's got control of it. As you can see, this is what I was saying with the problem with Fanny, man. If you get behind like this, you default to just being in the opposite lane to get some push, because that's all about you can do. So Lord is secured. Aurora Gaming gets that secured. They're going to be looking for another kill. You're not going to be able to survive this as Cram tries to get away. He does pop the Consecrate, but TNZ will pick up that one, and they're going to take this tier 2 turret down as well.
Amazing siege coming out from Aurora Gaming. SRG seems like they can't do anything right now. Holy Shields to be popped with just 1 minion up top. So good setup coming out from Aurora Gaming. And they will try to push TNC going into the backlines just to poke, just to force some reactions. Reactions are there coming out from SRG as Innocent dips himself into that fight. They do defend, and they will only lose about 30% HP on their turret up top. But Aurora Gaming are relentless. They want to try in the middle because they do have the Lord. TNZ, look at that. How brave TNZ is. Forcing reactions again from SRG. No more Holy Shields. Out of the backlines, though. Great initiation from Innocent. Catching the Brody. They take out one. That's an immediate takedown. SRG finding the Brody. The heals coming up from Pagu wasn't enough. And it will be Innocent to collect the kill. All the while that's happening, Uni is going to be there. Look at this. The diversion play. I really want to find out how they took out the Brody, but I guess it's just a duality stack. And for some reason, they take out one kill. Uni, now Lunar in trouble. Overstaying in front of SRG. Cram pops the recalls, but you gotta be careful. TNZ on the backlines. Yumes receives the damage. Damage from Melissa, though. They're returning in kind, SRG. TNZ still wants to fight.
No
in comes
way.
Pagu with a Circle Eagle. They stun Stormy, but there's no follow-up just yet. They're quite slow. They want to go for another kill. They eventually take out Yumes with the damage coming in from TNC. 3 versus 3. But the damage of torn apart memory, poking them down. TNC wants to collect the kill, but he won't be able to do so. Cram overstayed, and now he's able to with a Sky Piercer. Skinky Boom is gonna take the turn. And they want to go for more up top, and they're not stopping. Nice to Aurora Gaming. He's way too good at it.
Wolf, the fight started in the base, it went down to the mid lane, and then ended in the base of SRG. And that was probably one of the longest continued fights we've seen in MLBB. I mean, my goodness, is that, again, the power of the Matilda, and also we got to throw in some flying clouds there too, right? Give it up to the flying clouds to bring everybody back into the fight that quick. But it all resulted into some base turrets going down for SRG. I still have to commend what they were able to do, how they found Sigibum and actually were able to defend in the base and try to turn the tide. That might have been the best opportunity that they had to make something happen. Unfortunately, it didn't, but they did start to get at least a little bit of gold in their pockets. Now, Innocent picks up a major defensive item, gets the Wind of Nature at least, and what we're seeing here is Aurora Gaming is weaving around TNZ. TNZ has these stacks here, and they just kind of whittle down the member of the SRG and then want him to go ahead and finish it up with that stack, that Sky Piercer that he has. So Sigibum's gonna go ahead and start up this Lord. It spawns in. I'm wondering, the Selangor Red Giants actually want to contest this?
Well, Stout keep getting taken out by Aurora Gaming quickly. Already utilizing the models this time. No ultimate commitment just yet. Luna wants to go in. TNZ is here. They want to poke Cram. And not even poke. They're threatening for a lethal. Now up against her. The no Luna goes in, but the damage coming up from Rosa. Go away, stopping two. It's not going to be enough. The Hirara will be able to get the kill. TNZ onto the backline. Still, they're finding dead for now. Does pop the immortality with Uri going in. Damage coming out from Stormy will not be enough as they get away from danger zone, and the kill onto Innocent is enough for Aurora Gaming to retreat and get to the Lord this time.
So they retreat. That was really good juggling happening there. Uni was able to go ahead and at least get TNZ low enough, but he bought the immortality. That procced. He was able to get out with a guiding wind. Then he picked up a Winter Crown too. He hasn't used the Winter Crown, so he still has that, and he maintains that Sky Piercer that he has. But there is starting to show that it's getting a little bit harder to just kind of forced into these fights. They have
Yeah.
to rely on Lunar to get the Daytona's welcome or the stuns from Rosa, and that's one of the major things. Now that they've got the Lord, though, and there's only one base turret for SRG, this is going to be another case of, can they pull off this defense? Can they make something happen? Whoa, cramp! Whoa!
Ah, but he's not gonna survive. The Sky Piercer from Tianzi makes quick work now. They will use the Daytona's welcome for another tank hero. That's Humes. Will not survive long. Seeking Boom feels confident. The tournament memory is gonna be enough because there are no tank heroes anymore for SRG. They're not taking the base and Innocent with it. They want to go for a clean wipe, but it won't matter.